Elements of the Competitive Shooter Pro editor. In the last video I did a classifier and showed how to do some things, but some other features of it was not included in that because it was not needed in the classifier, such as swingers and linking targets and even extruding. So what we'll do here is create a new one, just a simple little USPSA stage. You can do IDP if you want. First, we'll set up some targets. Set up your regular. Set up a swinger. And steel to activate. I'll make you work for it. Alright. So now we have this target. We want to rotate this one just a bit by hitting E. Swing it inward more. Now what we want to do is link this target to the swinger. And the only reason, one of the reasons why like T1 isn't showing up is because it is not something that has movement to it or something that doesn't need activation. It's just there. So you can just, it'll show you the only targets that have a sort of movement to them. So I'll add the swinger. As you can see, it's linked over to here. The problem is right now it's exposed. So we want to add some cover to that by adding a barrel. Usually I will, when I'm doing the barrels to move something in front of something, I will do it ahead of time just because sometimes you can accidentally select the target and you end up duplicating it and then having a weird state. So I just move it out in the open. And what we will do here is do a extrude, and you can move it up, down, left, right, however you want to make doubles of. You can do this with balls or targets or whatnot. It'll just make an extra copy of it. In this case, we're stacking barrels. So I'll stack a barrel, select all of them, and duplicate. Move in front of the swinger. The first one. And we will do a W to move this one over here. Right in front of it. So one of the other features you can do, go to targets. Let's do some boundary lines. Let's say here. See, rotate Y. Control D to duplicate. I want to duplicate this one, so Control D again, duplicate. So you know how some of the stages will have a start on the outside and then go into the box and engage targets. So this is what this will be. You can actually do your waypoint. Outside, start on the outside. Nice little start over it. And then do another waypoint into the box. And since there's a view here, you can actually see where best part to put this at. So right here, it's pretty good. So on the first one, if it's turning or walking speed, if you're you have an knee injury, you can reduce it down, or if you're super fast doing it, you can increase the speed to help with your time. Of course, you can move your camera backwards or forwards, which this just moves the position of the waypoint backwards and forward. You can move the camera left or right in case you want to position it. Sometimes, depending on your mouse or whatnot, one or other might be easier, especially if there's a lot of objects around that waypoint and it's kind of hard to move it. Get a good angle, move it. If you can at least select the waypoint, then you can move this left or right. You can also work on the rotation, which way you gotta face. Like, oh, you're facing left. You start facing left and then you go over. And rotation up or down if you want to look down at a target or up. Some targets are very low at the bottom near the ground, so you can actually rotate your target or rotate your waypoint to view downward into that spot. Of course, your camera heights, you also have standing, you could have it kneeling. There's been no start points where you're doing kneeling or prone, but if you're shooting under a barricade or prone, and you have to kneel or go prone, then you can actually set your waypoint to go under that, which is kind of nice. Here, you could start prone and get up and go in there. How's that for a challenge? So start prone. Let's see. Second one, we have targets. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's see, that should be all for this one. So let's save it and walk through it. We won't worry about the stage brief or anything else about that right now. This is a demo, I'll probably delete it later. Which I'll show you how to do that one too, why not? Save, go back. Demo. If you hover over a bunch of these, you can actually see what the stage is, in case you're ever curious and like, yeah, it looks like fun, or that's something you want to try out. And it does it for the local and it does it for the online list as well. Let's pretend we're shooting major here. Starting from prone.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Yeah, that was pretty vicious on that swinger. It's almost like in real life. So first hit, we got still. We go over to swinger, and we're just lining it up. Miss, hit. I got a couple of hits on there. And then there. Of course, the split times, that's been reported. They will fix that later. I won't worry about that too much. But I'm usually mostly concerned with where I'm hitting at as far as A's and B's and so forth. So, there it is. So usually I'm concerned like, oh yeah, okay, I got 2 A's there out of the 4 shots. I'll take it. That's roughly an A. I'm cutting it close there. So main menu. So from here, I mean, you really can't. Editor is the only place you can do deletions or whatnot, imports. So we go back, editor, local file, go down to demo, and here you can delete it. Something you don't like, you can delete it. You can also do that with any of the other stages. If you wanted to clean it up, if you wanted to get rid of some of the stock ones that came with it, you can delete those as well. You can also export them, import them. Import, let's see. All right, slingshot engage. Let's show you that one. We'll delete. Let's delete. So if you have some stages that a friend emailed to you, or you download it from the web or whatnot, then you can actually do an import and go to the location of wherever you save that file. It'd be a CSP file. What was that? Slingshot engaged. Double click on it to import it. And same thing with export. You click on it, export it, back it up. Just hit save, and you can send it to a friend. Good to go. Another thing I didn't cover is something in the targets. We'll put this target here. And do another target. Strip. So of course you can delete the objects just by selecting them, hit delete or delete key. One of the things I was going to do actually was with IPSC. So one of the things you always tend to notice at some matches is, well, stack targets. So let's see, we'll have this target, and we want to do no shoot. There's also hardcover options, which the first version they didn't have it released on hardcover no shoots for IDPA, USPSA, IPSC. In 1.1 they did release a new update which allows you to overlay hardcover on the targets. And this works for IPSC, USPSA, and IDPA has the no shoot options, shoot, no shoot, sticker up, the hands up, knife, gun options that you normally see at matches. But you can, pretty much do a hardcover on the target if you wanted to, or sign it as a no shoot. And on the second one, we wanted a no shoot, complete no shoot. It even allows for partial no-shoot options as well. So you can actually, you could just make it however you wish on target cover, or you could just do it like you do see it matches, and just do a complete one and overlay it. So one of the things that's not available at this time, it is an enhancement I sent to them, and last I heard they were working on it and putting it as an option, but it's dealing with target height. So right now, the target height is the same as that. Let's overlay right there. Right there. Right now, there is no ability to adjust it in this option over here. However, even though it's not in the menu, and I don't think this was meant to be exposed at this time, if you hit the W or the U key, if you hit the U key, it allows you to kind of adjust the target size, so you can move it down some. There. So expose that to there. And we'll move this one over in front. Let's see, we're over. And then we will hit the U key again. And click on the center here and go down with it. And there you go, you got a stacked target. So if you went to the point of view, you can see you got a stacked target. You got a bottom a shoot, middle a no shoot, and the top another shoot. It does kind of reduce the size a bit when you do the U. On the height adjustment, that's hopefully come out in the next version. It will keep the size the same, but for right now, the U is the option to kind of reduce it. This is a new product, so they're getting a lot of input and making an enhancement to it to improve it. So right now, the U key is a hidden option. I don't think it was meant to be exposed. And you can reduce the size of the target to stack it and practice with shoot, no shoot, shoot targets like that are stacked up. And this concludes this part of the Competitive Shooter Pro editor. Some of the other elements available in it that will allow you to create stages based on classifiers or things you see in matches and stuff you want to practice for any upcoming matches if you want to do one of the match books and put it in there so you can practice before the match. So I hope you got some good information out of this, and if you have any questions, leave a comment.